Hey, what's up guys? So today I want to talk about 7 basic nutritional habits that you need to have in check before you move on to more complex things like counting calories and macros. So many people want to jumpstart their weight loss with going straight into counting calories or macros, which is at some point it's probably going to help you to do that. And it might be good to actually do this at some point, but in the beginning, especially when you start out, it's not that important. Then it's just the most important when you start out is to get the basic nutritional habits under control so that you have a good foundation to stay on, and then you can move on to more complex things once you have these habits in check. So imagine you're staying at a staircase and you're staying at the lowest step here and you want to go here to the top. The easiest way to do that is to do one step at a time, right? But if you go straight into calorie counting or macro counting, you're trying to jump to the highest step immediately, and as you know, that's not going to work. So these 7 steps are: number 1, regular meals. This is extremely important when you start out, because if you don't get this one habit in check and under control, all of the other habits are not going to make sense neither. So you need to have three big meals every day. That's usually what works best for people. So breakfast, lunch and dinner. And this is going to keep you to help you stay full all the time. You're going to not become too hungry between meals so that you overeat when you, like, if you skip a meal and wait until, let's say you skip breakfast and wait until lunch before you have your first meal, chances are that you're going to eat a really big lunch because you're now really hungry because you skipped breakfast. So this is really important, and it's so much easier to plan your meals and to plan your day when you know that you're gonna eat here and here, and then of course you can add some small meals in between. But if you have these 3 big meals already, it's going to help a lot. The second step is water. So if you're not drinking at least 2.5 liters of water every day, this is something you should focus on. Water is extremely important to keep your energy levels up, to keep you to help you feel fresh. It's important for your cells, for your blood. It's so important for a lot of functions in your body. And from a weight loss perspective, it's going to help you stay full. So even if you might not be full, but when you drink water and you fill up by water, so you will feel full. And you will also have much more energy, so that means you'll have energy for workouts also. The easiest way to see if you are drinking enough or not is to look at the color of your urine. So it should be, the more clear it is, the better. So the more yellow, the more you need to drink. The more yellow your pee is, that means that the more you need to drink. So that's the best way, probably the best way to check that. The third step is protein in the morning. So I already mentioned regular meals. And then the breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Not because of the reason that you have to eat breakfast, but because what you eat in the morning is going to dictate how the rest of your day looks. So if you start your day by eating cereals with sugar, for example, or bread with Nutella, you're immediately kickstarting your sugar cravings, and you're immediately kickstarting the vicious circle of your blood sugar going up and down like this all day. So this is extremely important. High protein breakfast. Eggs are my favorite, and eggs, they're simple. There's a lot of different things you can do with eggs, so that's always my go-to. But you can also have a protein shake, for example. You can have some yogurt with nuts or nut butter or something high in protein. Tuna is also great. Cottage cheese. The fourth one is then to get protein at every meal. and these are then the 3 big meals. So breakfast, lunch, dinner. At least these three meals you should have protein, and this should be good quality protein. So eggs, meat or fish, those are the best types of protein. So it's not enough to just have protein in the morning. You need to have protein. You need to eat, like, depending on your body size and what your goals are, but at least I would say 1.5 gram of protein for every kilogram of body weight. So if you're 70 kilogram, for example, you should have around 100 gram of protein. Even more if you're building muscle, probably around 2 grams or even more. And this is usually important, especially for your muscles. When you lose weight, when you want to lose weight, you're going to be in an energy deficit, meaning that you'll actually consume less energy than you're burning. And then protein becomes extremely important to help keep your muscles, so you're actually losing fat. And protein will also help you to stay full and be satiated. Number 5 is vegetables at most or every meals. So this is 2 to 3 times per day at least. You should have some vegetables. And you can look at your hand and try to fit in, if you're a man, 2 fists of vegetables with every meal or most meals. And if you're a woman, 1 fist of vegetables with most meals or all meals. This is extremely important to give you all the vitamins, minerals and antioxidants you need to keep your body healthy and to prevent inflammations. And it's also going to help you stay full and have a lot of energy. And also when you start by filling your plate with vegetables, there's much less room for other worse things. So that is a really important point also. Number 6 is processed food. So avoid most of the processed food, preferably all of it, but that's not realistic probably. So this is stuff like, of course, like fast food, sweets, candy and all that stuff, but also things that most people or many people think are actually healthy. So like cereals, bread, pasta, rice and all that stuff. It's not that you can't have these foods, and it's not that you never should. You can, but try to eliminate them as much as possible, because the nutritional value in processed food is so much lower than real food. So even if you eat the same amount of calories, the processed food, you're going to get so much less nutritional value from the processed food compared to real food. Also, processed food triggers you usually to overeat, because they contain a lot of additives and chemicals that will make you want to eat more. It's caused to, like, they actually have this, it's actually designed to make you want more of it. Number 7, and the last step, is cut down on carbohydrates. So I'm not saying you need to cut down on all your carbohydrates and never eat any carbohydrates. Absolutely not. And what I'm talking about is mostly the processed carbs. But from a health perspective and from a weight loss perspective, it's absolutely necessary to cut down on carbs at some point to keep your insulin levels low, so that you will actually burn fat instead of storing it. If you always have high levels of insulin, which is caused by high blood sugar, caused by eating a lot of carbohydrates, your body is actually adjusted to store more fat than burning it. So, which is the last thing you want when you want to lose weight, right? So I think you should look at carbs more as a treat, and like if it's a birthday party or if you go out with your friends or something, of course you should have it. You should enjoy it, but look at it more as a treat and not something that should be a part of your everyday diet. Alright, so these are the 7 habits, and I promise you, if you follow these habits for consistently for a couple of months, you're going to see great results. So it's just a matter of staying consistent with these. You can't just try it out for a week or something and expect to see great results. You need to stay consistent and follow them for a longer period of time, and actually make them a habit, and then you'll start to see the great results. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you found value in this, and if you did and want to see more stuff like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and tell your friends about me. So bye bye, I'll be back again with another video.